I agree. Whoever wins the first one just holds them in good stead for that away game. So Boomers for me as well, Corbin.
Let the ride begin for the WNBL Championship, and Perth win the opening tip. The #1 offensive team in the game, out to Sammy Whitcomb. And in the passing lane is Tiff Mitchell, who gets an early steal and as a result lays it in transition. And the long rebound and scooped up by Scherf. What a year she's had, first year with the Lynx. Off the dribble, Mabry. Whoa. Splash from long range. Allen to McGregor, goes to work. Kicks it back out of the lane to Madgen in her first grand final series. A little runner for 2, and she's on the board. Hand off to Young up top. Back to Mabry. Shanks Madgen for 3. Oh, she has back-to-back trips to start. Familiar theme with Marina Mabry and Jackie Young and Lindsay Allen all. Dallas Wings wrapping the WNBA as Mabry for 3 threes. Oh! She cannot miss. On Melbourne's home floor.
As we just see here, the highlight reel that is.
That's a problem for the Boomers early. Mabry feeling it from long range as McGregor. Turnaround Jay's good for 2.
You know, deep penetration layups if they're not going down right now. The last thing you want to do is for her to keep Perth in this game by living and dying by the three-point line. And Lindsay's just too athletic, too strong, and has that ability to knock down that mid-range game.
Step back for Whitcomb. No good. I'll get a second look at it here. Sammy down to Garvin. Great work, and Garvin off the glass. Tremendous passer, great vision, and boy, she can score herself. Down to Scherf, sets up Scherf for the bucket. So a couple of great dimes for Sammy Whitcomb. Back here in Melbourne at the Boombox next Saturday if required. Whitcomb, catch and shoot, 3 more.
Such a quick release on Sammy Whitcomb.
Rattles out again, and Scherf on the rebound. So game high 6-point spread.
Wow.
Advance to Young, and Young through contact finishes.
That is the way Perth want to play the game. A quick outlet, kick ahead up the floor, and attack.
Allen to answer back, and that's her go. And the Lynx come up with it through Eisenberger. This is Young, attacks the rim. Shook the defender, misses, grabs her own board. The putback's good.
Tough in my mind.
Ernst, clean look for 3. A little long. And Eisenberger scoops up the long rebound.
Melbourne are 0-4 from the three-point line right now.
Here's Allen to George. Extra pass to Ernst. Shakes Chippertoni, takes it all the way to the rim.
Is that they just give up too soon. So hopefully we'll see that as the game progresses as well.
The inside to Jenny Screen as Allen pulls up, left it short. Well, Mitchell fights on, feeds it to right and right off the glass for the bucket.
I don't think I ever had that in my lifetime.
I think we're all thinking the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
No thanks from Ezzy McGregor. Mitchell, how we started the game. In the passing lane, lays it up in transition. Scherf with the handoff to Whitcomb. Back to Scherf. They link up again for the easy make. Mabry with 3 of these already. She now has 4 makes from long range. Perth 5 of 9 from the perimeter. Whitcomb for her second make.
Oh, wow.
That goes in 2. They cannot miss from downtown. Mitchell 1 of 2 on that trip. 16 points. Scherf off glass. Out to 18, a new game high. Again, another misfire from long range. The Boomers are 0 of 8 from deep. Scherf, what a pass into the corner. Garvin doesn't let her down. The Boomers, we get a look here at Lily Scanlon for the first time. Loses the handle. Jackie Young downhill. Out to Garvin for back-to-back 3s. That's good too. What a turn-up to start the grand final series. McGregor for 2 back the other way. Oh, Young, the tough mate. The immediate reply and one to come. Creates her own shot, doesn't take it. Right to George for 3. They've got one.
Is it going to be Ezzy McGregor? Is it going to be Tess Madgen? Who's going to step up from the Boomers that's got the more experience, a bit more veteran type about them, and put this team on their back and try and claw back?
Well, we can try and weather this storm if we've got some good defense
Back-to-back baskets. Madgen makes it.
Sprinkled throughout the crowd, and they are of the number 3 of Marina Maybury. And I reckon a few number 0s as well as Jackie Young. They've certainly got some fans in the house.
Well, if you think of this stat, in the last 5 games, Melbourne have only allowed teams to score 56 points, and Perth have already scored.
Final 90 seconds of the half. Mitchell, attack mode in the bucket.
What coaches need to do, they need to make changes on the run, changes on the fly, coaches and players.
Scherf, right for the hands of Ernst, finishes. Margin back to 28. Magbagor, the end of the dime from Allen.
Exactly. I mean, Melbourne Boomers have hit 30 points. That's not a bad thing for, you know, heading towards the halftime break. It's the defensive end, 58 points. We're heading for a 120-point ball game from Perth right now.
The Boomers leading scorers, Tiffany Mitchell with 7. Allen can't finish. O'Board, Magbagor on the putback. Final shot of the half. And isn't that fitting? A bucket for Perth right on the buzzer.
Melbourne really believe in their process, so they would have talked about that. They would have talked, you know, to be honest, that some of the shots they've taken have been actually quite good. They just haven't dropped.
A little bit of tenacity with their screenings, the way they cut. They're not cutting with any purpose at the moment. Ezzy's obviously a big focus for them and has been in the first half as well. And Kayla George do it. Is Tess Madgen. We know how great she has been in the last couple of weeks, averaging just on 20 points.
The other thing is that Melbourne have only gone to the line 4 times in that first half, so they need to put a bit more pressure on the rim and do it aggressively. Yep. Unless you're shooting the 3-point shot like that.
Young with 19 in the game. Scherf out to Garvin, clean look.
And now I eat my words, Laurie.
Yes.
I was trying to find something.
Surely a bit of a psychological challenge as well. You'd rather be the team playing in front, but grand final, game 1, up large at half-time as George drops in a 3. Magbagor for a 3rd make of the quarter. That's good. Garvin bangs down the straight-on triple. Game 3 in Perth on Wednesday. This is Chippertoni. To Garvin. Do it again. Okay. Back-to-back 3s up top for Darcy Garvin. Ernst to Allen. Behind the back. Takes it to the rack. Lindsay Allen.
And that's what I think, you know, could bring Melbourne back into this game. Just some high pick and roll with Lindsay Allen and make her let her make decisions. But
Megan courtside.
Special moment for Sammy Whitcomb hitting that 3. Her little baby Nash is in the crowd.
George the handoff to right. Back to Madgen. 5 left on the red numbers. Ernst up top for 3.
In terms of that from a player like her.
I agree, because the foot speed of Maybury is much more than George, and she's been able to contain them.
Shift. Megan Huswaite courtside.
Darcy Garvin, the Perth captain, opened up the 3-quarter time.
Throw something different defensively. You know, one-on-one's not working for them. They're not doing a great job on the pick and roll set. You know, I love what Tess is doing there, but maybe throw a press, throw some zone, do something different.
Early look in the corner from Alex Sharp is a 2, so margin only got as wide as 28. Maybury. Scherf just holds out the defender in the putback.
That one-handed putback, actually, fending off the smaller guard types there she was as she put that one down as Carly Ernst finds the bottom of the net, but...
Out rebounded by 11 in the game, the Boomers, as Allen shoots a 3 in transition.
I was in Guy Malloy's timeout. His message to the players was to continue to get some stops. That wasn't the case just then with Maybury making the basket.
It'll be a great atmosphere at the Bendat Basketball Centre on Wednesday night. It's a 7 o'clock start local time, so 9 p.m. the tip for those of you on the east coast of Australia with daylight savings. It's easy to forget too, given she came into the league so young. She's still only 26, so has a lot of basketball ahead of her. Gonzaga, really prestigious blue blood school. Here's Tiffany Mitchell, back-to-back makes on the offensive end.
I have, as I've been breastfeeding for most of my last 14 days, but yeah, a lot of subliminal learning for my young daughter has been happening with the NCAA, men's and women. Great basketball that's been on TV.
New game high, 29 points the margin. Mitchell trying to take it to the rack. It's her own rebound. 2 to play. Mitchell to wipe 3 off them to contest the women's title. South Carolina a win over Louisville, and UConn beat Stanford, and then tomorrow I think one of us picked Perth, didn't we?
No. Well, maybe you, Corbin.
He's right.
Damn it.
Misses from the elbow. Brewster's got some points in the grand final series. No good. Scanlon comes up with it. Both teams giving their bench some burn here, and Scanlon takes it all the way to the rack. And have blown the Melbourne Boomers out of their own gym. The Lynx are 40 minutes away from delivering Perth their first WNBL championship in 30 years.